Well, another early morning start. Got a bit of a breeze this morning, seems to be coming from the east. We won't know how bad it is until we actually get out of the shelter here. Shouldn't be too bad, but first morning we've even had a breeze like this, I think. What we're going to do, we're going to head straight across now to South Uist. And we're going to go into a harbour called Lochboisdale. And the only reason for doing that is to get a shower, because for the last 3 days we've not had any water system working on the boat, and we've not been anywhere where we've been able to have a shower. So that would be a very, very pleasant thing to do this morning. And when we're clean, shaved and showered and feeling good again, we're going to head north, either on the east or west side of Uist, depending on the weather conditions, up to what will be hopefully our jumping off point for the biggest part of this adventure, which will, if the weather conditions are good, be heading out way into the Atlantic to St Kilda. We just come into Lochboisdale, which is our first landfall on the Outer Hebrides. About an hour coming across, lovely run again, any easterly wind was behind us, it was all good. They've got, in the guidebook it says 6, in fact there are 5 visitors' moorings here, they're all taken, but luckily one of the boats is just about to leave, so just hanging on for a few minutes till it goes, and then we can pick up their mooring. It's always for me more comfortable being on a mooring rather than on anchor. I just feel that a little bit more reassured. It was great. Shower after 2 or 3 days on board without water, really good. Fantastic to have this facility right at the top of the slipway as well, so good, ready to carry on. Talk to me, Fionn.
Flying along, headphones on, nice glassy day, and suddenly I feel, because I couldn't hear anything, it feels like we're going slower. And I look behind me and we're being followed by an orange buoy. So just in neutral, engines off, and we're going to go and have a look and see what's the matter, or see if any of the props are tangled. So basically there's a buoy, and look at this nice long rope. So it's basically, as you can probably see, we've just got this rope looped around the 2 legs, so nothing's caught in the props, they just literally loop through. So hopefully get the gaff and I can just push them around the legs, or beach the legs, bring the legs up, and should be quite simple. But that is bloody lucky. Doesn't look like we're gonna have to go swimming or get the knives out or anything like that. So I saw that buoy, give it loads of space, but look at all this rope. Unless I've just dragged all this up off the bottom, actually.
But it's a floating line, look at it.
Yeah.
It's not a sinking line.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure when it's...
There's probably about 50 to 100 yards of rope just floating on the surface there. It's a real hazard, and this coast, I've been reading in the pilot book, is just strewn with fishermen's creels like this, and with floating nets as well, so we're going to have to be extremely careful. It's like running through a minefield at the moment. There are floating ropes everywhere for the creels or the nets, whatever they're on, and they're just stretching way along. So we've just come through a whole line of them now, just like a minefield. This is an extremely challenging approach to Bayes Loch on Berneray. It's a very narrow, windy channel among rocks and shoals. It's very well buoyed, but still quite challenging to get in.
The kind of approach you can't do at 20 knots, basically.
It's the kind of approach you can't do at 20 knots.